What's up, everybody? Welcome back to part 2 on breaking down a service. In the first part of it, you guys saw me break down doing the rear end of Leah. She is our lovely test subject for this video series. So we're going to go ahead and get into part 2, which is going to be the front of the vehicle. We're going to be getting into the same stuff. Now, in the last video, we broke down and we replaced the rear brake pads because we had a slide get stuck, or whatever the hell you want to call those little keepers that the pads slide on. I'm calling it a fucking slide. We've had brake pads sitting on the shelf for Leah for a hot minute now. This thing ain't gonna, nope, there it goes. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to throw those on. That way she is freshly pad slabbed front and rear. We're going to do our quick inspection. We're going to, I know it sounds corny, it sounds really fucking corny, but grab a pad of paper and a pen and just kind of write some shit down. See what it is that you find, because I'm telling you right now, you're ADHD like me, you're gonna forget or you're gonna overlook it. And it's, again, who cares? It's your vehicle, it's your money. Just go ahead and do it. There ain't no fucking shame in it. We'll do our regular checks, and then again, the shit that we find, we'll just go ahead and make a little checklist out of it and just kind of knock it out as we go. So ain't really not to it, but to freaking do it. So let's get into it. Yeah, how y'all like that struggle on that caliper? I wasn't gonna leave that in there, but you know what? I'd rather be just straightforward with you. This is why we maintain things as much as we do, especially when you live in the Rust Belt, especially when you're going down mud roads and dirt roads, and just when driving conditions aren't always perfect. This truck does not, she's not a pavement princess. This thing is whooped to fuck. Look at my deleted rockers and cab corners. Should be a dead ass giveaway. Okay, now much like we did on the rear, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna spray out the rubbers here on the pistons. We're gonna wipe those out. We're gonna get the dirt out of there. You already know we're gonna hit the lug nuts. We're gonna hit the slides. We're putting fresh pads on here. These ones actually aren't in that bad of shape. They're pretty decent, all things considering, but they're getting down to be about, I go by the thickness of the metal here versus the pad, and that's close enough. And for the weight that we're dealing with, it's worth it. So we're going to hit, again, the rubbers here. We're going to hit the rubbers here on the cam bolts. We're going to hit the rubbers down on the sway bar. We're going to hit the sway bar links, which also, again, this is loose, which this is why we do our inspection. We're going to hit the rubbers on the tie rod, both ends, the rubbers on the ball joints, the rubbers on the CV axles, and the rubbers on our shocks, top and bottom. We're going to blast those, soak them down real nice. We'll hit our timbrins too. And then again, the rubbers where the slides go. And then everything that needs grease, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit the lower control arm there too. I missed that. Well, I haven't done any of it, I just missed it in the explanation. And then you guys saw me pull the skid plate off in the center. That's so we can get to our idler arm and our pitman arm. We can grease those down, spray those down too, where the rubber's at on them. It's just, we're gonna run through it, or I'm gonna run through it, and then we will go at. We will go over it once that I'm done. Quick refresher, and yeah, we're gonna keep this old gal trucking. That's the goal. What we're looking like afterwards. Don't mind my electrical shit here. I got other things going on with this truck, but never mind that. Rude as hell. Anyway, right there you can see, bam bam. Okay. We got the rubbers in the upper control arms. We got it in the lower control arms. We got our timbrins. Yes, we even went ham on all the other rubbers, the tie rods, CV axles, ball joints, upper lower. Got everything greased. Got that unit off the truck yesterday for $100. $100 complete deal, fresh battery. I think I did all right. Works pretty damn good. This is all greased. You guys saw me throw that together. Lug nuts, they're greased. We got underneath there, did the idler arm, pitman arm, and everything that goes with that. So that's looking all pretty good. I'm happy with that. Just like we did with the rear, we drained the front diff, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to fill that unit back up. Yeah, trucking along. Please understand, if you guys do this, I already know I get shit all the time for I use cheap grease, or I buy cheap brake pads, or I buy a cheap oil filter, fuel filter, whatever, or you're using too much grease, you're overspraying stuff, blah 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 blah. Here's the problem. Remember, 1, it's mine. 2, it's mine, and 3, it's mine. Alright, I'm just kidding. But for real, most importantly, it's mine. And if the roles are reversed, it's your truck, it's your vehicle, your car, whatever. It's yours. You're the one that's got to fix it and maintenance it when shit breaks. 2, my brake pads are warranted. So if anything happens with them or goes astray with it, which again, I check my stuff like you're supposed to, which is why I catch majority of the shit that I do before it becomes an issue. Just warranty it out. I got another truck. I'm driving another truck to go get it, or while I wait for them to come in. Not a big deal. But again, if you're maintaining the stuff in the intervals that you're supposed to, things generally tend to work out just fine. I mean, like the body mounts that I have on this thing. Yeah, this truck's rustier than all get out, but my rubber pucks for the body on this thing, I bet you they're in better shape than your 2015. I'll put money on it. But that's because I spray those as well, but we'll get into that later. But again, I see so many people, they'll put like oil filter bypass kits on, or they'll put like a cat filter on, or they'll do an air dog or a fat, just whatever. They'll throw something on like that, completely neglect the system. They'll put a post on a Facebook forum, the filters are just rusted to fuck, and they're like, oh, this thing's a piece of shit, it wasn't worth the money. Yeah, retard, you have to, demonetized, you have to put the effort in, you have to actually, you got to take care of it. It's man-made. So just something to keep in mind. We live in a world where everybody likes to talk shit because, you know, you can't get punched in the face through a computer screen or a phone screen, but, you know, first in the puffin. So anyway, sorry for the rant. But again, if you do this stuff and you stay on top of it, shit's gonna last. And the people that are gonna tell you you're stupid or that's not a smart idea, look at the shape of what they're driving. Break it down. It'll speak for itself.